Hello, Real Dog Box fam, Ruby here. It's time for another unboxing. We are on box number 97, and as you know, every 4 weeks we make a different combination of treats and chews to help you add variety into your dog's bowl. And I like to come on to show you all of the benefits of each of our treats and chews and have our little guest taste tester here try out all the products and let you know what he thinks. I also want to tell you about a new product that we have in this month's lineup that it's not actually new. It's one that we had many years ago when we first started, but we're sort of shut out of the industry once we started growing, and now we have it back in our box. So feel free to ask me questions about any of these products or anything in the lineup or anything that you currently have in the last lineup. Use the question function or comment them below, and I will do my best to answer all of them during this live. Hello, Milo. What's going on? All right, let's hop right in. So, like I said, we've got 8 different products each month for our combination. It's every 4 weeks. So let's just get going and start off. T'Challa, you want to say hello? T'Challa is this little black lab right over here who's going to be my taste tester. You can't see him in that black light. Come here. Up. Up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good boy. You going to tell everyone what your favorite treat is? He is your typical black lab who is really going to love everything in this box, but he does have his preferences, believe it or not. Good boy. All right, off. Come right here. You sit down. Perfect. All right. Well, we've got, by the way, Icon on the other side of the studio, just chilling. Icon, you gonna want one of these treats? No, you can't be bothered. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's jump right in. Starting with our muscle meat of the month. This is box number 97. We've got chicken heart. Chicken heart is actually one of my favorite muscle meats because it's so small and stinky and great for training when you've got a food motivated dog like T'Challa. They're about this size. They don't break apart easily like our other organ meats that I'm going to show you next, but they're a great source of taurine. And if you guys remember that huge DCM scare, the dilated cardiomyopathy scare, which was a bunch of dogs who were basically had a taurine deficiency and suffering from heart disease, which was thought to be because of grain-free food, but turns out that was just a complete scam and misunderstanding. But chicken hearts, any heart is going to be a great source of taurine, which is really good for heart health. It's an essential amino acid, and they're small and kind of stinky, so they're really, really great for meal topping those picky dogs or for training. What do you think, T'Challa? Can you guys see him? I can't see him because he's so freaking dark. There you are. Take it. Oh. Did you even chew it? Do you guys think he even chewed it? I don't think so. Let's see. I know, isn't his coat so shiny? Vin7171. I remember your Instagram handle and your kind comments on my birthday. Thank you for that. Mila says, Mommy's going on a pack walk this weekend. And anything I did in approach, she's going to pass it on to other dogs. That's so kind of you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, hearts are a favorite in our house too. And it is something that no matter what I'm feeding, even with our pre-made grinds that we do, like to make your meatballs whenever I'm feeding those to Icon, I always make sure to have some heart in those meals. Next up, we are doing our organ meat of the month is grass-fed beef liver. And I'm really proud of our beef liver. I know it's a pretty common product that you see nowadays because it's so easy to source for dog treat or dog food makers. And it's super nutrient dense. But why I'm so proud of our beef liver is because about 1.5 years ago, we switched over fully to all grass-fed beef liver. And to be completely honest with you, years ago when we were first starting, people would ask all the time, when I switch to fresh food, do I need to be sourcing all grass-fed, grass-finished, organic, pasture-raised? And my answer used to be no. Because I thought that as long as you were feeding fresh food, you were 10 steps ahead of someone that was feeding processed food. And I still stand by that, but what I know now is that the nutrient profile of a beef liver that's grass-fed compared to its grain-fed counterpart is going to be way more nutritious. And the reason is because of the omega-3s. Omega-3s and omega-6s are essential fatty acids that basically balance inflammation in the body. And when there's too much omega-6, we tend to see itchy skin, red spots, hot spots, ear infections, different things like that because of that inflammation. But grass-fed beef liver is higher in omega-3s. And so when people ask me whether or not they need to source higher quality meats like that, I do say source what you can and what you feed yourself. And if you had to choose one item that you would upgrade and feed a higher quality of, it would be the liver component of your meals. Anyway, this is the organ meat of the month, the grass-fed beef liver, and also another high-value, nutrient-dense treat that this one breaks apart so easily. And the guideline for introducing any new food, particularly organ meats, is going to be the size of your dog's paw. That's what you want to start out with and then slowly start adding in more. Let's see what T'Challa thinks about this beef liver. Y'all need to see this drool. You're going to get it all over my pants, I know. Come on, up. That's a yes for him. Good boy. Sit. Last one. I gotta give Icon a piece too. Here you go, babe. Icon, believe it or not, is the least food motivated dog ever. And go figure, his mama owns a dog food company and he's like, I'm good right now. So our two items that if you're just joining in, we're doing an unboxing of number 97. We've got our chicken heart as our muscle meat. We've got our grass-fed beef liver as our organ meat. And then our seafood is whole smelt. Smelt and capelin are of the same family. If you guys have been with us for a while, you know we rotate through about 6 different seafoods. And we always choose seafoods that are small and oily. So this is a beautiful smelt right here. And the reason why you want to feed seafoods that are small and oily is, one, the omega-3 factor. The white fish, like something like, I don't know, tilapia, is going to have very little nutritional value and not a whole lot of oils. But something like smelt or anchovies or sardines are going to be really great source of omega-3s, which is why this dog's coat is so freaking shiny. Come over here. Even for a black dog, it's not only this raw fed diet, but it's also the amount of seafood that he has in it. Quick tip for those of you that are feeding a fresh food diet, salmon is always one of those iffy seafoods to feed. This goes for humans as well because a lot of salmon is farmed. My preference is to feed wild salmon. However, there is one caveat there. Wild salmon that's sourced from the Pacific Northwest, there is a chance that they have some sort of bacteria, that could contribute to salmon poisoning, specifically in dogs when that salmon is fed raw. It's a particular parasite that creates this bacteria, and so that salmon has to be cooked. In all my years of raw feeding and in servicing thousands of dogs, I've never seen any dog suffer from this particular poisoning, but it's important that I point it out because it does exist, and even people who are fishing in the Pacific Northwest who are a little adventurous and decide they're gonna eat sushi with the salmon that they've recently fished, and not cooked, have also suffered from some digestive upset from this particular salmon poisoning. So just something to keep in mind. I still feed salmon. I personally still feed it raw, but the more you know, do your research and make sure that you're aware of where you're sourcing and that there isn't some sort of contamination or high incidence of this particular bacteria. So every box, we always have 3 different types of treats: our muscle meat, our organ meat, and our seafood. And these are the 3 that are in box number 97. I'm so excited because we're going to be celebrating our 100th box this summer, which also will fall on our 8-year anniversary of Real Dog, and we're trying to make it big. I have a few ideas. If you guys are here and you have some ideas for us for that 100th box, I would love for you to comment them below. One of the things that I've been toying with is a golden ticket, like Willy Wonka style. Hopefully you guys are old enough to remember the OG Willy Wonka. So the golden ticket's one of them, and it would include like a trip here to San Diego to our facility to see how we make everything. That's just an idea that I have. But if you guys have any other ideas, let me know below. Ashley says, is that your dog? I've only seen Icon. No. T'Challa is a friend's dog. He's actually someone that used to work with us, and I am just watching him because he took care of Icon while I was away in Cuba earlier this month. All right, let's see who else is up in here before I start moving into our chews. Team Valkyrie, Real Docs is our favorite. Oh, thank you. Okay. I think I hit all your comments. All right, so let's jump into our chews of this month. These are the 3 treats we have: chicken heart, beef liver, smelt, and then back. Not just by popular demand from you guys, but from me. I've been hounding different lamb vendors for the last 4 years to bring this back. That's how long it's been gone. And lamb ear used to be a medium chew when we had it before, but we have moved it down to a light chew because it isn't as sturdy as some of our other chews. However, it's got a decent bit of fur that's going to keep your dog busy for sure. So if you guys have been with us for a while, you know that we like to rotate fur on products all the time. Lamb ear is just one of them. We've also got our rabbit feet and our boar ear and our cow ear and some really cool items that we're dropping in the secret shop because we have Easter weekend coming up. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something that's happening this week at our next secret drop. But this is a lamb ear. It's a pretty decent size, right? It's like the size of my hand. And that fur is going to be a great source of fiber, a natural prebiotic, which is what feeds probiotics. It creates short chain fatty acids in our dog's digestive system. And it's a good source of manganese. I always reference Dr. Karen Becker's article about CCL tears and how dogs who are not just like, we're not talking about super athletic dogs, but like your traditional active dog, like a black lab, like T'Challa, who runs around all the time, you know, plays fetch, back and forth, quick movements. And a lot of dogs who have CCL tears tend to be deficient in manganese. And the highest source of manganese is found in fur, feet, and feathers, which is stuff that a lot of people are afraid of feeding, but it's obviously something, what do you think, T'Challa, that our dogs naturally would be eating in the wild. Don't you? Ready? Take it. Take it. Do you guys have any questions about fur and fiber? Is that something that you're used to feeding? Come on. Good boy. Ready? Speak. 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 I can't hear you. Speak. T'Challa, speak. Take it. Yes, shiny coat. Yes, I love that. Okay, you guys like the idea of the golden ticket. Hey, David. I don't know if we're going to have any new items for box 100. I'm working on it. I mean, this year alone, dude, we hit the new year off with bison lung, with duck hearts, with lamb trachea, and now lamb ear. I don't know if there's many more treats we're going to be able to introduce. I am working on a new muscle meat treat. We're actually testing it right now. And we're going to, as all new products, drop it in the secret shop first and get y'all's feedback to see if it's something that you want to see. And if we time it right, we definitely could drop that in as a new item in 100. I don't think we could do all of them. Okay, so I'm going through your comments. You guys are, y'all feeling the golden ticket. The Exotic Bulldog Brother says, I got my box today and didn't get the lamb ear. Right, because this box just came out on Monday. So today is the first day that we're shipping out this particular box. When your box, you're probably at the end of your box of our renewal cycle. So when your box renews, you're going to get this next box. Oh, hey, Nicole. Thanks for answering that. Do the treats and chews have a shelf life? So we like to ask you to feed it within 30 to 60 days. We don't use any additives or preservatives. What does decrease the shelf life of any air-dried treats and chews is exposure to air and to moisture. And I don't know about you guys, but we've been getting a ton of rain here in San Diego, and that has been really, really challenging with keeping the moisture out of our treats. We've even had to keep some of our treats in the dryer for an extra day just to make sure that there isn't any built up moisture, because what that does is it can potentially cause mold or condensation in the bag. And so as long as you haven't opened the treats, as long as they're left in a cool place, you can probably keep your treats out for over a year, but most of y'all have opened it already. So just make sure once it's opened that you're keeping it in a cool, dry place, and you're not letting your dog, like lick out of the bag, because you don't want to touch that duck head. And that will allow your treats to extend that lifespan for at least 6 months. Liana says, my guy gets your rabbit feet daily. He loves them. I know. And right now, we're struggling because Icon isn't supposed to have those big lamb heads for the moment. And so we've just been feeding rabbit, like the whole prey rabbit, which I am going to post to TikTok probably later tonight. Rabbit muscle meat. Oh, man, girl, that's hard because it's really expensive. Rabbit is like another exotic meats, and one that's really hard to source because they're not as plentiful. And we get our rabbit from a small local supplier in North Carolina. This woman reached out to me during the pandemic because she used to service restaurants and then they all shut down, and she had no home for all of her rabbit product. And we found each other, and I've just been buying from her ever since. And that's probably one of the other points. Besides the price point, really the volume of certain exotic meats is really, really difficult to secure. And so to be able to service all of our subscribers, we need to be able to get enough to put in our box. And unfortunately, rabbit is one of the items that is really hard to get a muscle meat that's readily available. Have you thought of adding GLM as a box add-on? Have you been sitting in our member service team calls? Because we actually have been talking about that. Where the rabbit source from? From North Carolina. And yes, freezing items for a while is fine. All right, moving on. So we've got our first 4 items: our chicken heart, our grass-fed beef liver, our whole smelt, and our lamb ear as our back new chew. Oh, did you finish that lamb ear already, sir? So moving on to our medium chew of the month. We've got duck wing. So I have to tell you guys, normally we get what we refer to in the industry as triple jointed duck wings. That means there's one here, and one here. These are triple jointed duck wings. And this is normally how they come and how they dry. We received a pallet of duck wings today, which I'll go ahead and take a story of here shortly, which are double jointed. So they've only got this one and this one. And those duck wings are gonna look like V-shaped as opposed to this N shape that we have. And so we're working with our vendor to see why they sent us the wrong wings, but just a heads up, a few of you guys are going to receive just the V-shaped ones, but we'll make sure that we make it right and take care of you so that it meets the same weight as our other wings. But most of our chews come 3 pieces to a bag. The reason I love the duck wing so much is because it has this jagged shape that really forces our dogs to like move back and forth, get in between those crevices where potentially food could be stuck in. And there is a little bit of fat. I tell everyone, you know, our vets, many traditional vets have made us fearful of feeding fatty items because they can cause some stress on the pancreas. Not always pancreatitis, but some stress. However, fat is the most natural source of energy for our carnivore dogs, which means they don't need to be feeding on grains and bread and rice and pastas for their energy source. They should be using fat. However, if they're not used to it, just know that it takes a little bit of adjustment. And so anytime you see a bit of fat like this that you're not comfortable feeding, you can go ahead and rip it off. You can use kitchen shears and just give it a cut, or you can feed a little bit at a time, take it away, make sure your dog's stools level out, and then go ahead and introduce the chew back after a day or about 12 to 24 hours. So this is the duck wing. This is the medium chew of the month. I'm not going to give T'Challa the duck wing because I know he's going to eat it. I actually want to save this duck wing here so that I can give him the heavy chew, which is up next. Our heavy chew of the month is beef trachea. These are a wonderful, let's see if you can see it from here, heavy chew. These come 3 to a bag as well. And one of my favorite things about the beef trachea is that you can feed it as a chew, as is. You can stick it in the freezer to make it a little bit more challenging, or you can fill it up like a little cannoli. I like to put a raw grind inside there. If you feed dry food like kibble, you can also put that in, but you'll need to moisten it with some water and maybe some plain yogurt so that you can use it as a binder. Fill this up, put it in the freezer, and you've basically made dinner time last twice as long. So trachea is definitely one of my favorite items. One of the benefits to this particular body part, which is the windpipe, is that it's boneless. So it's full of collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin, which is another really, really important source of nutrients for your dog's joints. Are you crying? You guys hear this boy asking me as if he doesn't get the same amount of treats from me all the time? So this is the trachea. This is the heavy chew. And I'm going to let T'Challa come and enjoy a piece of that while I see if you guys have any questions. Cindy says those are bigger than the lamb. Yes, I should go outside and grab a lamb trachea. So the lamb trachea is a medium chew. The beef trachea is a heavy chew, and it comes 3 to a bag. And then the bison trachea, which is like big, that comes 2 to a bag. Cindy says, I love to fill it with organic pumpkin puree and different treats. That's awesome. I love that. All right, come over here. You can take it right here on the ground. Yes, good boy. Nope. Down. Wait. Wait. Okay, take it. Yeah, Icon. Yeah. Icon's waking up from his slumber. All right, so we got 2 more items. You guys remember we have a different combination of treats and chews every 4 weeks. We've went through our first 6, our muscle organ seafood, light, medium, and heavy chews. And now we're diving into our box add-ons. It was about a year and a half ago that we finally made these add-ons available as individual subscriptions. So I'll start with our super chew, which is the bull pizzle. This is a super gorgeous pizzle. Does everyone know what a pizzle is? Tell me what it is. Drop it in the comments. I'm testing your dog nutrition and food, animal anatomy. The pizzle is probably one of our longest lasting chews. I'm gonna open this up for you. Ironically, it's one of our longest lasting, but it is Icon's least favorite, and I think because it's so freaking challenging. but this is what it looks like. I honestly grabbed just one random one from the bin. They all look like this for the most part, but I have to tell you guys, all of the animal body parts are different shapes and sizes. Oh, good. All right. Nicole says wiener. All right, that'll be the appropriate name for it. Yes. So all wieners are different shapes and sizes. We do our best to cut them as evenly as we can. Some of them that come to us are about 5 feet long. Nowadays, we've been seeing ones that are about 2 to 3 feet long. And as we get to the end of the penis, like the girth, it's really, really thick and hard. And so it's hard for us to bend it. And that's why you'll see us score some parts of the pizzle. And this particular one doesn't have it because it has the tip. But the other side of it is going to have these little lines in them, which allows us to spiral it into this shape. As far as I know, we are the only people that are taking the time to spiral these pizzles for you. Everything that we do is handmade. We do have a slicer, but everything else is going to be hand cut in terms of our chews and spiraled by hand. But this is probably one of our most popular chews, and it's really hard for us to source because outside of the US, penis is known as an aphrodisiac and a delicacy in many countries. So the US tends to export all of the bull penises that they have. And so to get our hands, literally, to get our hands on this, we have to fight tooth and nail and put our deposits in really, really early. And that's why you tend to see bull pizzle come around a little less frequently as the other chews, because we do have to order those well in advance so that we can have enough for your boxes. But anyway, the super chew is bull pizzle. Again, this is a boneless chew, but it's going to be really, really long lasting. And you can also add on a super chew to your box, or you can get it as an individual subscription sent to you every month. Last but not least, pork meatballs. Okay. Liana says it looks like a cinnamon roll. When do we add those add-ons for our subscriptions? You can text us anytime you want to add something on. Hey, Val. She says she loves the wheat. Oh, look who has blessed us with his presents. Icon. Walters. Hi, baby. Thank you. He said, how come T'Challa is getting all the treats and I haven't had one yet? All right, let's talk about these meatballs. This is the last item in box number 97. And one of my favorite products because it is basically Icon's raw grinds dried into balls, just for you. So this is made from our ancestral diet. We have currently 3 different recipes that we follow with different primary proteins. Pork was this month. Last month was turkey, and then you'll see beef next month roll back around. We have in the past tried different meatballs, like with bison. That often will be found in our secret shop, and we're working on bringing that as a protein for our regular box meatballs. T'Challa, wait, sit. Good boy. But for now, we've got these 3, and they are made with 6 different ingredients, those 6 ancestral diets. We've got our pork loin and pork heart that it's cut from, so that's the primary protein. We have chicken feet or duck feet as our poultry source. It really just depends on our sourcing at that time. We have whole anchovies as well as rabbit feet or rabbit fur for fiber. And then we have our grass-fed beef liver and our pork kidney. Oh, good job, Icon. Such a good chewer. So they look just like this. We do a rough grind before we meatball them. So sometimes you'll see like little chicken feet toenails stick out. Sometimes you'll see little fish heads, and that's totally normal. And I prefer rough grinds because they will give a little more dental benefit and mental stimulation than something that's really finely ground. But there are some dogs that require a fine grind. Totally get that. For most dogs, having bigger pieces is going to train their digestive system to produce the right amount of enzymes and acid so that they can easily break food down and utilize it. Good boy. What's your favorite meatball? Do you guys have a favorite? Do you feel like your dogs can tell the difference between the pork, turkey, and the beef? Oh. Oh. Good boy. What language am I speaking to Icon? I'm speaking Turkish because he's a Turkish dog. I wish I could add 2 extra super chews. You can if you want. Let's see. Did I miss any? Our toilet leaked through the ceiling, so I had to pause our box back this month. Oh man, that sounds terrible. Astro, the Malinois says, the meatballs come in handy when I forget to defrost the meals. I cannot tell you how many times I have forgotten to do that. And I have access to them all the time, but I just forget. So the meatballs are really, really great for us. Also, we're working on an herbal remedy and a tea that we've been using on Icon for this bladder stone issue we're trying to address holistically. And in order for me to get him to eat the tea, drink the tea, I literally have to soak meatballs in there so he is interested in it. I also like to use bone broth. We have we have a few leftover bottles of bone broth that we made for our wine event, which I put a little bit of beet juice in it as well to turn it like a pink color. I've been thinking about how I can drop those in the secret shop and ship them to you. If you don't give Icon a treat. Monty loves them all. Okay, well, I guess you guys don't have a favorite meatball. Luna, our giant schnauzer, loves your chews. Thank you, guys. You hear that, Icon? They love it. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is my unboxing. I do maybe have a sneak peek at something. Well, this is all I have to show you. It's a golden egg because we've got some carnivore eggs dropping in the secret shop, which is going to be sometime soon. I won't tell you exactly when. If you're a wellness member, keep an eye out on your text messages because, as you know, you get a text message notification of the secret shop drop time and what's going to be in it. So that's a little sneak peek for our box number 97. Pork meatballs, bull pizzle, beef trachea, duck wings, lamb ears, whole smelt, grass-fed beef liver, and chicken heart. If you guys haven't signed up yet, make sure you get onto this box because we are first come, first serve. We try to guarantee the lineup for our wellness members first and foremost, and then for everyone else that comes, but it's the beginning of the box and we have everything in stock. You can get all 6 items for just $40 and each of the add-ons are $12 each. And if you have any other questions, send us a DM or you can hit us up on text message anytime. Our member service team is happy to help. And I think that's it. I can't tell you when the next secret drop is. Maybe tomorrow.